great sort of parallel to that sculpture. What's that Damien Hirst sculpture? It's called the Impossibility of Death in the Mind of Something Living. The one with the shark in the tank, I love that title. The sculpture isn't nearly as interesting as its title. Anyway, so I have to come up with something like that for my thing. And it is a bit of a crash, but I'd love to have it moving. Don't you think that would be good? Yeah. Maybe getting some foam on the surface, like in a colour. Pink bubbles or something. I don't know. Yeah. No other questions?
I like the art drop idea. Did you discover that from another artist?
Well, I think I must. Yes, I did. Local artists here. They're called Woodpile Collective. Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
So I love their work, and I purchased a few, and they gave me a little booklet of their art when I got it, and it says Art Drop New Zealand. And it's one of the beautiful paintings just left on a beach, on a log somewhere. And I thought, that's an excellent idea. But it runs parallel to the ideas of the 10,000 journals. Have you heard of that project? Well, this guy somewhere in America decided to make 10,000 books. There's not 10,000, 1,000 journals. You can Google it. Wonderful website. And there's 10 different covers. And what he did was he left them in train stations, in airports. So he left these books lying all over the place, and with instructions saying this is a community collaborative effort. Write on a page, fill out a page, draw on a page, document something, and then leave it somewhere. And then somebody picks it up. And there's on the website, you can go to book 1, 2, 3, all the way through, and he's tracking them around the world. And if you have the technology, scan the page, and then, so he's got what the books look like online, and you can buy a cross-section in a bound book. And that was one of the ideas that kind of parallels that. And then there's the Post-Secret, which is a project by a therapist somewhere in America, where it encourages people to write down their maybe deepest, darkest, horriblest secret that they can't tell anybody in the whole world, or just a dirty little secret, or just something that they've never told anyone, or just something naughty that they do. Anyway, and you post it off to him, and the idea is that it's off your conscience because you've told someone. So all of those things, I like that idea. And as an artist, when I was younger, at about maybe this point, I thought I was going to be very famous. When William Kentridge talked to me, I thought, this is it. From here, yeah, I've made it now. Anyway, so I haven't become rich and famous yet. So what I had to do was I had to change my expectations of why I make art and who I make art for and what my purpose is, because I did want to be famous and make a living from art. But there's lots and lots of people, and I think a lot of really good people are making a living from it, but I think a lot of people are much better at marketing themselves. I get all shy when I talk about myself, and it's all personal, and people go, ooh, you know? So I thought that art drops are a perfect way of having shows without marketing and without having an expectation of anybody purchasing them. You can have it if you want it. If you don't, well, throw it away. And it's also a nice, philosophy, a nice way of just letting go, because art is, for me, now about, I have to do it. I'm compelled to do it. I have to say what I need to say, and the way it comes out of me is on canvas or in sketchbooks. And I know lots of artists are like that, and it's this like weird little thing that you're fighting with. But I shouldn't waste this canvas. It costs money. I shouldn't use this paint. It costs money. I need to sell this. I need to make a product that's marketable. But if you do it for that, then the whole reason you make it You don't make such nice stuff anymore. You know? That's a good question. Whatever the question was. Whatever the question was.
Elizabeth, do you have a preferred medium? I mean, you've talked about fudge, and then there's oil and acrylic. I mean, do you have one that you prefer over another, or from sculpture?
At the moment, I'm really enjoying China marker on photo paper. Has anybody ever tried that? You know China marker, those greasy pencils? On photo paper? It's like sliding on slightly sticky glass. It's so sensual, it's so delicious, and the color is so rich. But I change it all the time. At the moment, I'm enjoying painting two things. I'm kind of schizophrenic. I'm painting these really, really realistic paintings of my Joshua and my dogs with the oil paint. And I'm doing these abstract paintings inspired by a trip to Indonesia, where I put lots in. Has anybody ever been to Indonesia? Yeah. There's so many people there. There are so many people. It's unbelievable, and they're kind of androgynous, and it's just the way they live and the way they conduct themselves and the way their lives are moving forward is so different to mine that it took me a very long time to get through. But the way I'm working through that one is I'm putting lots of stuff on the canvas and then scratching into it, writing about it, because it's too much to put the imagery down. So I'm just writing it all down. So there's that sort of thing happening abstractly, sort of. And I've been making lots of little bowls, actually, out of red clay. It's a terrible waste of space and material. But I'm making these little pinch pots, and they're so nice. They're sort of like breasty or bummy, like baby's bums, you know, these are little bums or boobs, or they're just such satisfying shapes. So I think probably I've got a little bit of a obsessive-compulsive sort of thing in my personality, where I feel like making these canvases, glue, fold, bang, 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 bang. It's so satisfying to make hundreds and hundreds of them, which is, I think, another part of art is there's a sort of a drudgery sometimes, but it can be very meditative and satisfying.
You look for the grand themes, you know, when you study art history, like you think, you know, you look at these